Hello, welcome to Centennial Hall, room 3101. This is a quick rundown of how the technology works in this classroom. Up here at the teacher station, we have our touch panel, and it's going to control just about everything we need to make our class run. It's in its main menu state right here. It says press here to begin, and when I do that, it's going to bring up a menu to give us a choice of our projector settings. I can use just the left or just the right projector, both projectors or neither. For this video, we'll go ahead and hit the button that says use both projectors. And that brings both screens down out of the ceiling and turns on both projectors in the room. It does take about a minute for this whole process to go, a little bit more than a minute, and our touch panel will give us a please wait screen while that's happening. So while we're waiting for that, I'll go ahead and run through the light settings in the room. On the right-hand side of our touch panel are our 5 lighting presets. There's lights all on. 2 lecture modes, one to use the whiteboard and one to turn the whiteboard lights off, a theater mode, which will bring all the lights down, and a lights off button. We can also control the lights using the wall panel over here. There are 5 buttons that represent the 5 different presets that we just talked about. And then at each door, there's also a main on and off switch for the lights, so you can control them in a number of different ways. One of the other things that we can talk about while we're waiting here is the wireless microphone. And on the top of the wireless microphone is an on-off switch. When I switch that on, the wireless microphone comes up so that my voice is reinforced in the room here. And if I need to turn that volume up or down, now that our system is powered up, I can go into the lower right-hand corner where it says audio control. I'll go ahead and press that button. It's going to bring up a menu, and on the left-hand side there is our wireless microphone settings. I can turn it up or down or mute the wireless microphone, and when I've got it to the setting that I want, I can click the back button to go back to our normal main page there. When I'm all done with the wireless microphone, it's very important to go ahead and power it off, because even if you're not using the wireless microphone, if we leave it on, the batteries will totally drain. So we want to make sure and turn that off when we're not using it. Okay, so now that we're here on the main page, we can just go through our source select, what we're going to send to the different screens. The first thing to notice is that at the very top are 2 different tabs, the left projector tab and the right projector tab. Right now the left projector tab is highlighted, which means whatever I change is going to change the left projector. If I wanted to change the right projector, I would touch the right projector tab, and then anything I press there is going to change on just the right projector. So right now let's talk about the left projector, and we'll see that PC is highlighted. And so then if we look up at the screen, the PC will show up for us on the left-hand screen. Now, in order to log on to the PC, you're going to want to use the beginning of your UWL email address as your username, and the password is going to be your UWL net ID. So then we're going to make sure and log on to the computer and select it on our touch panel in order to show up on the screen here. The next things on our list here are our laptop selections. We have 2 different laptop settings, one for the VGA laptop and one for the digital or the HDMI laptop. And all the connections we need are right here in the desk in this little cable cubby here. If I open it up, all the connections we need are right there. There's even a power supply down in there so that you don't have to rely on your battery. You can plug right in. So my laptop uses a VGA connection, so I'm going to choose the VGA cable there, and I'm going to plug it into my laptop. And then I'll take the audio cord and I'll plug that into the headphone jack on my laptop. Okay, then I come over to the touch panel, and I'm going to press the button labeled laptop, and that's going to switch the left projector to my laptop, and it shows up nice. So now on the right screen we have the PC still, and on the left screen we have my laptop. Now if your laptop doesn't show up for you right away, one of the tricks is to make sure that it's in the right mode. You can do that in your control panel, or the shortcut is to hold down the function key and tap the F8 key. Mine brings up a nice little menu, and then when I choose the duplicate mode, it's going to show whatever is on my screen up on the big screen. The next thing on our list here is the Blu-ray player, the Blu-ray DVD player. It's located right here underneath the document camera, and we can use the front panel controls there if we want to. And I will note that you can use your regular DVDs in a Blu-ray DVD player. You don't have to have a Blu-ray disc. You can play any DVD that you might have. Okay, so then to change the left projector to the Blu-ray, I'll go ahead and press that button. And all my controls are also right here on the touch panel. So I've got my navigation and menu controls here on the right-hand side, and on the left-hand side are my play and stop functions. There's a full screen video button, which will allow you to preview what you're showing. You can press the back button to get out of that at any time. And it's a good time to talk about the volume as well. Our volume will turn up and down using this little knob here right at the front of the touch panel. And because Blu-ray is selected, the Blu-ray is what's going to be put over the speakers, and our volume is going to control. Now our left projector has the Blu-ray, and if I click the tab here, our right projector will say that it's the PC. So since the Blu-ray was the most recent button press, Blu-ray is the volume we're going to hear. So even though you see PC on our right projector, we're only going to hear what was the most recent button press, which is on our left projector Blu-ray there. The next thing on the list is the document camera. The document camera is on the right-hand side here. The power button's in the back. I'll press the power button. When that green light stops flashing and becomes solid green, we'll know it's ready to go. Our advanced functions are right up here by the camera. Zoom in and out using the zoom wheel. You have a manual and autofocus and some other options here. You want to leave that on autofocus unless you're doing something very active underneath there. So once the document camera is ready to go, I can go ahead and hit the document camera button. And the document camera is going to show up on the left projector. Now it does take a couple seconds each time you switch a source for everything to sync up, so go ahead and be patient while that's happening. And then whatever I'm showing under the document camera will show up on the screen for us. The last thing we'll mention here is the auxiliary button. I'll press that auxiliary button and a little sub-menu comes up, and it gives us the choice of S-video or composite video, and those connections are right back in that cable cubby that we talked about before. There are our composite video and our S-video sources. If you had something like a video camera or your iPod or something that you wanted to plug in and have the students see, you could just go ahead and switch choose whichever source you wanted and plug in, and then use your device to go ahead and control it. Okay, so then on the left-hand side of our screen here is something important to note, is that we have a left projector mute and unmute and a right projector mute and unmute. And the reason that those are important is because if you want to use the whiteboard, you'd go ahead and we'll do it with the left projector. I'll hit the left projector mute button, and not only does it put a black screen on our projector, it mutes the video, but it also puts the screen up, brings it up, and that allows us access to the whiteboard here. So now I can draw on the whiteboard. Our right-hand screen there is still, if I take it out of screensaver mode, give it just a second. Our right-hand screen has the PC, and we can write on the whiteboard, and our system hasn't powered down. We don't have to wait for anything. When I'm ready to show something on the left-hand screen again, I just hit that left projector unmute, and it's going to put the video back in its normal mode, and it's going to bring the screen down from the ceiling. So we can do that with each screen individually. The bottom button here on the left-hand side of our buttons is our help button. When I press the help button, that's going to bring up the names and phone numbers of a couple of members of our academic technology services staff. And this is important because if you ever have problems during a class or ever have questions of any kind, look at the phone numbers up there and go ahead and give us a call, and we can assist you with whatever you need to do. Okay, when I click OK there, then it gets me back to the main screen. And the last thing that we're going to talk about here is that at the bottom, in the bottom right, is our system off button. When I press that, it's going to ask if I'm sure I want to power the system off. And when I press that button, it's going to power down both of the projectors. And that's very important so that we save the life of the batteries. So I'll go ahead and power down. And I'll remind you once again that if you ever have any questions or concerns, please contact the Academic Technology Services staff, and we'll be happy to help. Thank you.